Sue Smith sitting in for Aaron Rand on this Friday afternoon. James Mennie joins us. James is a reporter, columnist, and editor at the Montreal Gazette. Hello, James.
Hello, Sue. Tell me about your tomahawk steak episode. No, are you goading me with that? Because this is what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, no. What happened was Brian does his grocery list on Fridays.
Yeah.
And so he said that tomahawk steaks were on sale and they were a good price at Metro. So I went out of my way to get to a Metro. But by the time I got on the air, off the air and everything, I don't. It was like 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. They had closed the meat counter, so they were all behind, packaged and priced, but I couldn't get to them. So I don't know.
Some stores are freaking out. I mean, this is one. When I sent you my deadline, it says, there's the meat mafia.
Yes.
It's for real.
What do you mean?
They're taking tomahawk steaks, some stores. And okay, in your case, maybe just because the guy wasn't there, but they didn't want to take the chance. High-end cuts, tomahawk steaks.
Yes.
Bavette. Filet mignon. There's some places you want to buy one?
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll get you one from the back, okay? And you can take a look and see what you like.
What?
Because they're not leaving them out. Because why? Because gangs are boosting them. The TVA is reporting this. Metro has already made it protocol. Not Metro, excuse me. Maxi. They've made it protocol in some stores. No. You want to look at that high end stuff? You gotta ask the guy, and he'll bring the stuff out, but we're not going to put it in the little counters there, though, where you can go shopping. And apparently, these gangs are taking it's like a black meat market. And what you do is you steal these steaks and you sell them to what I can only describe as unscrupulous restaurateurs who add that to their stock, right? So the markup is going to be much higher. But here, all this to say, and we've talked about this in the past, prices are so through the roof that certain cuts of steak, we got to make sure that you're a genuine customer as opposed to someone who's just, casing the joint to run off with our meat. And I'm not making this up. No. You can look this up on the TV.
Okay.
It's like crazy. It's crazy.
But can I tell you the story that it actually, now that you say that, what happened was the butcher was gone and the display was locked. And no one had the key. And they were like, we would sell it to you, but he has to open it. So I was like, why would they lock it? And now I know.
Well, this is the crazy part of it, because I know we talk a lot about, this is a little bit about politics and whatever, but here we are, we're in a situation of governance. And you want to have an indication of the fallout of what's, euphemistically referred to as affordability. Mm-hmm. When you see prices going through the roof. I mean, for me, and I've said this on the show in the past, and listen, don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm doing okay, all right? Mm-hmm. But I go in there, and my wife and I go in there, we're shopping, and we're looking at the prices for meat, and I'm saying, can you imagine if you're like a young couple starting off, you just got married, okay, you're going out, you're going to be eating a lot of craft dinner. Yeah. Because honestly, unless you're like a day trader who's doing very, very well, these prices are obscenely ridiculous. There is no, I'm sorry, unless they're hiding, the great cattle plague of 2026, and there's only four steers left, and that's why we have to price them that high. It's absolutely ridiculous, Sue. And people are, I understand on the one hand how people are furious over it, but when we see that a kind of organized crime has apparently taken advantage of this. This is for real stuff. This is not a rhetorical thing of, if only. Yeah. This is something that has to be addressed and go along the supply chain. How the hell are these prices going through the roof? Help me out here, government. I think you're allowed to do that. Mm-hmm. Go through the process. And don't give me some, it's just the market. No. Okay? Don't tell me that the price of meat has gone up like a zillion percent because of, it's just, those ephemeral forces that we can't control. BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You're totally right. And we all just accept it.
Yeah, and someone somewhere is reaching across the table with both arms and pulling in all that cash, all that straight up profit. You know what I mean? It's like something is very, very wrong here. And as I say, Criminals, as far as I'm concerned, are our canary in a coal mine. If they start turning around and boosting meat, for God's sakes, okay, because there's money in it, we got a huge problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, I would have paid more attention. I was mad for sure, but that's it. They're locking the meat counters now at Metro.
What?
That's the
next
headline.
time, phone them, tell them you're coming.
Yeah.
Bring cash so you can show it to them and say, "Hey, listen, I'm serious. Okay, I'm a serious buyer."
Okay. All right. And how many reasons are there, James, for Quebec's emergency room?
Sweet. Geez. Talk about another example of governance gone horribly wrong. 811, i.e. the 811 info santé number. I don't know if you saw the story today in the press, and my hat's off to them for breaking the story. 3 hours? 3 hours to get a nurse? And we realize now when we look at these delays. Remember 811 was supposed to, we don't want people to be flooding the ERs with, what may not be emergency. Yeah, but you know what? Tell me how anybody, whether you're never mind 73. If you're 23 and you're hurting like hell, but you're not sure what the hell's going on, and you want to get someone to say, listen, should I go to an ER? But you've got a 2 hour and 45-minute wait, as one woman in the story discovered when she came back. She had lower abdominal cramps. She didn't know what the hell was going on. It's a 2 hour and 45-minute wait. She ended up trying to talk to Dr. Google to find out what the hell was going on. There is something seriously wrong here. And if we don't have enough nurses, well, then maybe some of the people who are auditioning to run Quebec for the next 4 years should be asked that question. I know, for example, that Dawson College had tried to put together a nursing training program, but the Coalition Avenir Québec perceived that as a threat to the French language and killed it. So you know what? Really? Let's get some answers on this. This is everybody's problem. It doesn't matter what language you speak, whether you end up dying at home in French or English because no one picked up the phone. And no, folks, I'm not blaming the people. I'm not blaming the nurses, these 3,000 to 5,000 nurses who apparently are deployed in all these call centers across the province. But really, enough with the overpaid, bonus-collecting bureaucrats who are running our more than $1 billion a day health system, turning around saying, "Well, this is our view for the future." It ain't working. Okay, the population is getting older, and don't tell me that maybe if you're not sure, you should go down to the ER. Well, which is it? Call 811 or go to the ER. Yeah. I think a lot of people are taking option 2, which is why, especially around this time of year, which is the vacation period. I don't begrudge medical personnel for taking their vacations. But that's why we go, oh, my goodness, the Jewish is at 220% capacity, the ER, the Glen's at 200. It's ridiculous. Well, that's why it's happening. And there is a fundamental, not about quality of care, it's logistics, it's simple common sense, which seems to be an incredibly short supply in the health care bureaucracy here in Quebec.
Mm-hmm. And, it's easy, though, for politicians. You mentioned the election. It's easy to make promises. You remember Legault during COVID was this is ridiculous. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get, les préposés and nurses, and I'm going to beef up all the numbers. Exactly. Les Anges.
Les Anges, and we end up with the highest death toll in the country.
Cry me a river. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, James, I'll have a great weekend.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd,
and more. All your decade-defining favorites, all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.